Hey, everyone out there. We are here today with Sean Patrick Brooks of Heavy Underground Farm Report. He's got Hufferfest, Mile High Riffs happening. Look at that. I love that. April 24th, 25th, 26th of 2026. And before he talks, I need you guys to know that this fucking lineup is so good. Um, I'm not going to tell you my favorites first. I'll run through the list of the other ones who are fucking great. Lost Relics, Lord Velvet, Violet Rising, Hibernaut. Oh my god, Hibernaut. Uh, Vashon Seed, Blue Heron, Shadows of Jupiter. Holy fuck. Messiahvore, Black Sunrise, Nomestomper, and then some of my favorites. Sonolith, love those dudes. Luna Soul, love those dudes. They just got Jason Groves
Dude,
playing with them.
so
How
excited.
how great is that? Of course, Psalm, love you guys. Godzillionaire and Momovudu, dude.
Dude.
Oh my god.
I can't believe it either, man. It's in like I can't believe the bands that said yes, and that was pretty much most every band that I asked. And like I just Tom, like I when Zeth and I talked about this, he was like, set up a show that you'd want to go see. And so it was like, all right, man, well, let me think about the bands that I really love in Denver, first of all, and then let me think about some bands that are like hopefully not too far away from Denver. So I thought about Albuquerque and Kansas City, and then Hibernaut and Salt Lake City, and I'm like, these guys are all pretty regional, man. Um, Bands just started saying yes. I asked a couple bands that couldn't make it for like. I'm wearing Baracho's shirt right now. This whole idea like stemmed from a conversation I had with Mario from Baracho. He's like, yeah. I was like, you guys should come play Denver. He's like, you gonna have a HUFR Fest? And I was like, HUFR Fest? And so I talked to Zeth Padilla from Luna Soul a couple weeks after that, and just kind of like, what would it be like to throw a show? And he found a venue, and we started asking bands, and all really came together, Tom. Like I like you said, the lineup is dreamlike for me. So I mean,
Dude, I'll tell you, there were some bands on here that I wasn't familiar with, but I knew like, okay, I'm talking with Sean. I've got to familiarize myself, and I'm listening. I'm going, oh my god!
who jumped out at you?
Like honestly, dude, Momovudu was
They're
new to
so
me,
good. Do you know
and
anything
like
about?
them and
So
them and Hibernaut, dude, were like,
yes. So Momo Voodoo cut their album. I think like it came out last. It's been out for about a year. I think it might have come out last November, and I got a copy of it, and I do have a vote on the Doom charts, and so I got a advanced copy, and I was like, oh shit, these guys are amazing. And then I found out Matt Watkins was uh, with Momo or with Wofat at the very beginning, and that didn't work out. But he knows Kent Stump, and like they go way back, and you can really hear some Wofat and Momo Voodoo. But it's more than just that for sure. It's deep and doomy and heartfelt, and I love those guys, man. I'm
and
glad you dig them too.
dude, really like everything is so fucking bluesy.
Yeah,
Like that blues influence throughout is uh, like Luna Soul, right?
heavy
I'd
blues,
never,
baby.
s- I yes, dude, I'd never seen him before, and then Planet Desert Rock Weekend last year, I was I told Dave and the guys, I said, listen, that was a bluesy ass set that I didn't know I fucking needed,
Right.
and oh my god,
So that's how I felt exactly the first time I saw Luna Soul. Now Andrea goes way back with Luna Soul, so she knew their former bass player for a long time, and she was aware of this band and knew Zeth for a long time, um and then I knew of Dave Angstrom obviously because I follow this music. And one day she's like, "Oh, this band I used to know, Luna Soul, has a new album." I'm like, "You know Luna Soul?" And so yeah, man, I think like you said, they really bring a really traditional classic blues influence to their music. It's not just blues rock, but like Dave and I were in a record store, and he picked out a Nina Simone album, and he's like, take this home and listen to it, and so there's like, Dave's not like a death metal guy, he's a blues guy, right? So, and that transfers into the music that Lunasol does, and like you said, Momovudu, and I think a lot of the other bands at this show have a pretty heavy blues influence as well. Black Sunrise and Shadow of Jupiter and Lord Velvet, and man, I love that stuff. I like love jazz and blues music, and I like to hear it in my rock and roll.
So, well, I mean, if we look back at rock and roll, that's where it came from.
Yeah.
Right? Like it came from blues, and I'm with you. Like I truly enjoy, blues and jazz, and I like obviously all styles of music, some, death metal
Sure.
and some punk rock
Oh
and
yeah.
all over the place. But I think blues really fits itself when you get a heavy blues influence in the doom scene. It fits so well like a glove,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
I don't want to take anything away from Black Sabbath because I just can't. But I think a lot of times we hear how heavily uh, influenced bands are by Black Sabbath, but I think a lot of that is just really a heavy blues influence because Black Sabbath was influenced in that way too, And so, if you just take it one step back, I mean, we're like heavy underground music, like especially the kind that I specialize in or like tends to have had a lot of blues in it. So, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's so it's so cool. Like it's cool to me to see people like you doing things like doing your own fest and bringing these small bands on, because to me it introduces me to a lot of music that I otherwise probably wouldn't know about, frankly.
Well, it's
You know?
Well, let me tell you, that influence came a lot from John Gist's show in Planet Desert Rock Weekend. And I love the idea of going out there and discovering new bands too, and you get that at Ripple Fest as well, or really any, good stoner rock, show you're going to get introduced to a couple bands that you haven't heard before. But, like I've started thinking about this festival as like, is it a festival or is it a convention? Because I really think that we're bringing people together, from different parts of this region, and we have some, Blue Heron's lead singer Jad is the head of Blues Funeral Recording, and John Gist is talking about coming out, and we have all these bands, and it's a good opportunity for the bands to really do some networking and hopefully, maybe set up some regional stuff or some shows, or maybe hey, let's record a split. But, I mean, as much as I'm bringing this show together selfishly so I can go and enjoy it, I hope there's good opportunities for the bands and the fans that are coming out to really experience and get to know some new bands for sure.
I think that they will. That was, John and Planet Desert Rock Weekend. That's another thing. And you go there and the community is like a family.
Yes.
Like, oh, I've not seen you since here.
Yeah.
It's
I haven't seen you
all
since
the
then.
same. Yeah, it's all the same people that go, and it's cool to see that, because that, especially for a touring band, I think that's something that when you talk to them, when they go to a city, they're looking for those familiar faces, and when they can run into another band that they know,
Yeah.
I know Luna Soul and Godzillionaire are pretty tight,
Yeah.
so to see those familiar faces and see the faces in the crowd that are everyone's there to have a good time. It's not a bunch of bullshit,
Right. If I can accomplish that even in a small way, to me, that's really what that's about. There's a guy up in Michigan, Jason Doom, who runs Grand Rapids Doom Fest, and
Grand Rapids,
yeah, he's a great guy. We talk almost on a daily basis, and Jason always stresses, and I truly believe this too, that man, this is we do this because we love this music so much, and we want other people to listen to it and find out about it. There's really, I mean, I'm not going to make any money here, not, and that's not even the goal. The goal is to, expose people to fucking there's so much great music, right, Tom? I mean, like it's unbelievable to me that like, like we talk about some like Gear of the Cobra on your shirt there or Baracho, and it's like we talk about them and it's like then I remember that they're not really household names. And man, like even the bigger bands, like even like Sleep or Fu Manchu, people don't really know who those bands are. And it's a drag for me because I love rock and roll, man. I mean, and I want these
Well,
bands to like, be successful and like keep making music,
that's the theory that we have too. It's like I'm not looking to make money doing what I do.
Yeah.
What I want is I want spotlights to be on the band. I want the band to make money so they're like, oh shit, let's go on
Yeah,
tour.
I
Let's
get to
make
go
more
see them,
music.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Or
Like,
they cut a new album and you get to go, you got a new, 30 minutes of music that you haven't heard before to listen to again. And I love this art, and it's important that like we support the things that we love, and not everybody has to throw a show or do interviews, like I think really the best thing you can do is buy a ticket and show up to a
go to the
show when a
show.
national touring band or your local bands, your local scene, man. Like if you don't have one, maybe you should like buy a guitar and start your scene yourself, I mean, because
I
you can
think
do whatever
everyone's
you
got a
want to do in the scene,
you know,
right?
100%. I think everyone's got a scene. It's just a matter of getting out there and finding it,
Yeah.
right? But and it's God, that balance is so weird because you got the bands that are like, "Oh man, no one comes to my shows." Like, cool. How did you promote it? Well, I
Yeah.
told like two people. Oh,
So you make a good point. And like, full confession, I am not a Denver scene insider guy. Like Zeth really made the contacts with most of the Denver bands. I know the guys in Cobranoid pretty well, but really,
I fucking love
they're
them so
so
much,
good.
dude.
But I love those guys too. But all the bands that I've met, the Lord Velvets and the Lost Relics and the Messiahvores and um, um, they've all been really sweet guys, and they've just been really excited about us putting on this show and them getting to play, and like they everybody's been so helpful, and like we'll help you with make your handbills, and we'll like help you get a backline together, and and more importantly we're going to tell our friends and get our friends out and go see the show too. And I know not every city has the support level that Denver does, but man, Denver is really, the bands are good to each other and the fans come out. And when touring bands come here, we go and see them. Denver crowds are pretty good. And I think because of that, I really thought, gosh, it would be cool to have like a Grand Rapids Doom Fest or a Planet Desert Rock. And like, I mean, I think it's going to be successful because there's such a high level of interest in the heavy underground in Denver.
I think it's going to be successful because you fucking love it. Like that's the,
I
that
do.
that's the caveat. I think that's where you have people that get into it for greedy reasons, right? And then you've got people who get into it because you just fucking love it. Like Jason Doom,
It
he fucking
loves
loves
it.
it, right?
John Kiss
John
just
fucking
loves
loves
it.
it,
You know what
right?
John will
Like,
tell you, and Jace will tell you, and I'll tell you right now. I don't want to lose a lot of money, but
right.
man, I just want to have a big party with all my friends and all my favorite music, and I figured the best way to do it is figure out how to throw it myself with the help of a couple special people like Zeth and Andrea, and had guys from Electric Condor in Denver have been a huge part of it, and the guys in Lost Relics have really stepped up, and the guys in Cobranoid are amazing, and you know, uh, man, it's a group effort. That whole "it takes a village" thing. It really does, but if you're in a town and you don't have something like this, you might be the guy. Maybe it's you that says, you start gathering up your little posse of people there and you start figuring out how to do it. Um, it's
Well,
rewarding.
I think you kind of nailed it though, because when someone says, "Hey, I want to do something," and there's already a little bit of movement on, you know, shows or whatever, the community really comes
Yeah.
together and goes, "Oh, hey, dude, I can help you, and I can do this. This will take that off your plate, and I can do this." And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, hold on." So I just have to like talk to bands now. Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought that would be a lot harder than it has been. It has not, it's really it's been interesting to be in a position that I've had to tell people that we're full and that, you know, and it's beyond flattering that bands want to play the show, local bands, national bands, every band that's reached out to me. Oh, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it like really touches me, man. I'm like, wow, I can't believe, like,
Line up for year two.
yeah, bud, we're already looking at, I really wondered if we do a one-off, but I think, unless this is just some horrible spectacular fire fair fail or something.
Dumpster fire, like, oh shit.
But man, I, Andrea, like, she does event coordination for a living, and Zeth has like done this before, and I'm powered by endless enthusiasm. So I think we'll be successful, man. We have a good deal with the venue, and like I said, the bands have been fantastic, and man, people want to rock. I mean, I think like it'll be in the spring, and the weather will be clearing up in Denver, and we should hopefully have some nice days. And shit, dude, it's gonna, it's right
Yeah,
after 420 in Denver. Apparently, that's some
it's
sort of holiday. I don't know.
I don't know why.
So
So Braun's doing legalized the weekend before.
I know. I wish
You
I
should
could
come
get
out
there,
for it.
man. I'm too stressed. um, Shane Murray's doing a festival the weekend before too in Kansas City, Dune and Stone 2. Man, hey, let's talk about that really quick because somebody asked me, it's like, well, do you view that as competition? And I absolutely do not. Like,
No.
the more festivals, the better. And if they're on the same weekend, who cares? Like, Lexington, Kentucky is like a million miles away from Denver, and Lawrence, Kansas is a good like 800 or 900 miles away. It's not like we're really pulling the same local crowds for
Right.
sure.
Yeah,
And the
it's
more
definitely not
rock, the
competition.
better.
No.
And I truly want everybody who's doing this to have a successful run because it's good for them. It's good for the music, man. Like I hope that Mojave experience is fucking mind blowing that Patrick Brink's doing. Like I mean, like, and John Gibbs' Planet Doesn't Rock. We've both been to it. It's like the best time ever, and I can't wait to go to that, man.
I know. I'm like, he asked me, he's like, "Are you coming?" I'm like, "I don't know. I had some, I won't say it here, but we had some health things
Oh,
happen.
sorry.
Well, almost through them. So,
Cool. I hope
but
everything
I'm
works
like,
out. Make it if
thank
you
you.
can, man, because it's a
Yeah.
party, and I'd love to see it too.
I know it's a good time, dude. I had such a good time last year, and it's like, as much as I want to, I just
Dude,
my
well,
wife,
here's
my
the cool
priority
thing,
also.
Tom. It's like, like Desert Fest New York went down last year, and it was like pretty heartbreaking for the scene. I mean, nobody wants to see that. And then we hear it's like
Right.
Maryland Doom Fest last year, and it's like it's sad because nobody wants to lose these great festivals. But having start to put in the work on some of the stuff, I could see there could be a burnout factor. But
Yeah.
man, the more festivals, the better. And like it seems like there's Jason was talking about it today. He's like, there's a resurgence in the scene, man. It's like I think there is. I think people are like maybe they're finally over the I'm going to stay home all night because of COVID kind of thing, and people are starting to get out. In Denver, they are. I mean, it's nice.
I feel like it's like it's a weird spot right now, like for us, just because of like weather and where
Yeah.
the economy
Oh yeah,
is.
yeah. The economy is
Like,
definitely a factor.
yeah, and then like as soon as COVID kind of opened up, everyone went, "Oh my God, shows! I gotta get
I
out. I
know.
gotta do something." And it's like, I mean, I'm fucking guilty of it too. I've slowed down these last like 3 weeks, but I was averaging like 3 or 4 shows a fucking week,
Hell yeah,
and I'm
dude.
like,
Right on.
oh, like, all right, this I gotta chill.
Well, what like it's my thing that I like to do, like I don't
Mhm.
drink anymore but I still social and I like to get out and I love music and I'm not really like I mean, I guess I'll go to the movies, but that's not a social event, right? It's just like you're sitting there
Right.
in the dark by yourself and um so from a social aspect, I'm not a sports guy. I don't really follow sports. So going to shows is really my social outlet and
Your
I love
community.
and the people in our crowd are really cool. We have a really interesting, diverse group of people listening to heavy underground music. We have extraordinarily educated people, doctors, and people writing books, and and then we have a lot of blue
Sober.
collar guys too.
It,
And it's like, it's a cool mix of people, man.
well, it really is. And I think when you get into like the heavy music world, doom, death, black metal,
Yeah,
strangely enough, I think you get the people, we're used to being the freaks or the
yeah,
outcasts, so you get there and it's like, oh, we already have something in common because we came for this band or that band or whatever. So those divisive walls and terms are fucking pushed to the side,
absolutely.
and we're there as a community.
Yes.
And that's why I like it,
Yep.
because it doesn't, nothing matters. Your fucking sexual preference, your color of skin, your religion, none of that shit fucking matters. We're there only for the music and each other.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's absolutely my experience in Denver. Yeah, man, it's a diverse crowd. It's cool. Like, I mean, it's as diverse as Denver is, and honestly, we may not be the most diverse city, but it's a friendly city, and we don't have raging racial issues and massive social, economically social divisions. I don't think, at least I don't feel it. I've lived here my whole life. Maybe I'm just blind to it, but yeah, rock shows and punk rock shows that I used to go to were the equalizer, man. It's like everybody's here for the band, and it really doesn't, you know, I don't spend a lot of time talking about other stuff at shows other than generally music. And
Music,
yeah,
yeah.
we're like nobody gives a shit what I do outside of and it's cool because I don't want to talk about work when I go to a show. I want to talk about music too. So it works out.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're there.
Yeah, it's like we
Like
need an
that's
escape, right? It's like no matter what kind of music you listen to, I hope that like if you're not into heavy underground, you might not be watching this, but if pop music or country music is your thing, man, and you're really into it, I respect that. Like I don't know how people are blasé about the music they listen to, or I listen to a little of everything. It's like, well, maybe you do, but you must love something, right? And if you don't, it's always like I can't help it. I view it as a character flaw. It's like, what's
no,
fucking wrong with you?
I have the same thing when I'm like, oh, what kind of music you listen to? Oh, I listen to everything. I'm like, okay, I'm going to reframe that question.
Yeah,
When you turn it on, what do you usually listen
yeah,
to?
yeah.
Is there an artist you go for? And they're like, no, really, I don't care. And I'm like, okay, we can't be friends.
Exactly. You know what, dude?
Like,
I seriously, I have trouble identifying and carrying on friendships with people who don't care about music. I guess it's that deeply important to me, and most of my friends feel the same way. And I think that's the one
same.
thing I have in common with the people that are closest to me is that they give a shit about me, even if it's not the same music I like.
Well, and I think that's a really important thing too. Like, you don't have to like the same music, but if you're passionate about music the way I'm passionate
I
about music,
respect.
like, fuck yeah. Like, let's love music, whatever that is.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Like, for you, what was that early introduction where you were like, oh, I'm gonna be obsessed with music now?
So my dad um was pretty obsessed with music and had a nice stereo system and lots of records that I mostly didn't like him. But you know what? he liked some Neil Diamond and some stuff that I could listen to at least, but like I could see how important it was to him. And so, I think I remember listening, I think like Freeze All Right Now, or, um, All Right Now. What's that song?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember hearing that on AM radio really at a probably 8 years old or something and thinking, man, that's cool. I like that. And so, but the big thing, probably the biggest thing, seriously, Tom, thinking back, sorry, and like I was not prepared for that, and it's a great question. My
I know.
dad brought home albums to my brother and I when we were like 6 and 7 years old, and the albums that he brought home, the two albums I remember the most, were Surfin' USA and Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys. And we listened to those albums obsessively, and then we had some access to like old 50s singles, Eddie Cochran and Elvis Presley and stuff like that. So the harmonizing, can you hear me still? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. No, I have you were like the early 50s singles.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
shoebox right here. They all came from a fucking jukebox.
Yeah, that's so cool. Fuck yeah. Um so two things. Like I really liked harmonization, and like I could like that's what I liked about Van Halen when I heard Van Halen. I was like, "Oh man, there's some Beach Boys like that doing that vocal harmonization thing." And then I just like the energy of the 50s stuff, and that really morphed into I think really those two styles of music morphed into punk rock for me. There's a lot of surf influence in punk rock as well. So, yeah, man, weirdly, probably Beach Boys are like my earliest like musical influence.
I don't think that's weird at all. Like to me, it's a natural introduction, especially for people our age,
Yeah.
because our parents were that's what they listened to.
There's some
Like
pretty hard riffs in those Beach Boys albums too, and then you like listen to Dick Dale when you get a little older and you're like, oh
oh
yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's funny. It's funny that Beach Boys was your introduction. Mine, I guess, moment. It was your moment where you were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm like into this." For me, it was Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Yeah. What song? Did
I saw him on the Thriller tour.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Well, that was huge. And like
Yeah.
Eddie plays the guitar solo and so that album was huge when I was a senior in high school. And
Oh, you're old.
dude, I'm old.
No, I'm just kidding.
I am old. But undeniable, man. Like I know there's the whole stigma with Michael Jackson, obviously now, but like we were young and innocent. We didn't know or care, and like, man,
Yeah,
like
but
what, dude? What about like the song that Alien Ant Farm covers and like,
oh yeah, Billie Jean.
yeah, no,
Hold on, I think that's Billie
the
Jean.
Smooth Criminal. And
Yes.
man, yeah, I get that, dude. Absolutely, yeah. Like, what about it? What song or what grabs you the most? Was it the performance aspect or?
So I was in love with Thriller because at that time I was probably seven,
You're young.
6, 7, 8. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a young buckaroo. Um, so like the what that was my first like what I remember is like my first introduction to music videos using the makeup
Oh
and
yeah,
all
it
that
was
choreography.
huge, dude.
Yes. And so my parents were cool as fuck, dude. As much as I hated them in my teenage
For
years, my
sure.
parents were fucking awesome.
I feel that.
Um, so my mom took my older brother and I to see Michael Jackson.
Oh, damn, how sweet.
I honestly, I don't remember the performance itself. What I do remember is I remember leaving there going, oh my God, the coolest fucking thing was like everyone there was having a great time.
Dude.
There was nothing, which is why I bring that up at for live shows for me, is like nothing else matters in the outside world. I don't give a fuck who you are or what you're doing. I don't care if
I agree.
you
I
know,
get you.
if you're
I know
hitting
where you're going.
a
I know
at
what
a
you're saying.
show, there's a little, you know, but yes, that's what I look for, and that's what I try to teach my kids is
So yeah,
like
so my first live concert, I was 13, and I grew up in Denver, so I went to Red Rocks and saw Joe Walsh. That was my first concert. And
holy fuck.
yeah, dude, it was 1980, and it was Joe Walsh, and I got there, and I'm 13 years old, and kids are smoking weed, and there's girls in bikinis, and like you said, everybody, it was the biggest party I could have ever, and 13, I can barely imagine a party. So, like, everybody was how, oh, dude, seriously, I was like, this is, oh my God. And, but I had the best day, and everybody was cool, and like you said, everybody was having so much fun. And I knew, like, then that, like, it wasn't going to be the last time I went to a concert. You know, it was like,
Right.
man, this is like, it was more fun than anything I had ever done up to that point in my life because I was still a virgin.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
but
speaking of
seriously, that I was, but I was glad I broke my concert virginity. And like, dude, I look back now, it's like I saw Joe Walsh at Red Rocks. I mean, not a bad start.
no, no, not at all. Like, holy
Yeah,
shit. I would love to see Joe Walsh at fucking
it
Red
was
Rocks.
amazing.
Like, I can
But
only
yeah, I don't
imagine.
really remember the show either, but I remember, but I remember the feeling. I remember that
Yeah.
feeling. It was great.
Yeah. So now do you remember a lot of shows?
Yeah, because I don't drink anymore, and so like the last 10 years of shows been like a whole different thing, and I really love going to shows and remembering what songs I played and who I talked to. And but yeah, it's a different level of enjoyment for sure, you know. I think I always loved the music, but I think a lot of my live music experiences while I was still drinking was just an excuse to go out and drink a lot and party. And
Yeah.
you know, I saw good bands, but I probably saw a lot of bands I don't really have any recollection of the shows, and that doesn't really happen anymore. And you know what I really like, man, is that I like remember the conversations that I have with people at the shows, and then I meet people and make friends and get to talk to the bands, and um, you know, I don't care if other people drink, man, and if that's what you want to have a few drinks when you go to a show, that's freaking cool. Seriously, I love smoking weed, and I'll smoke some joints at a show, so it's not judgment in that way. But for me personally, the drinking got in the way of having a good time, and the drinking was more important than listening to music. And so I'm glad that I've reversed that, you know,
Yeah.
and it's cool to go to a show and like, you know, see somebody
Remember?
the next week and remember you had a conversation with them. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's I quit drinking a couple of years
good for you,
ago,
man. That's cool.
and same thing, dude. Like it I didn't quit drinking because I felt like, oh, I'm an alcoholic, but I went to a show with some friends of mine, and we went to Indianapolis to see Pantera, Lamb of
Oh,
God,
fuck yeah.
and Snafu, and it was like, oh, we're gonna go. Cool. It's like our guys' weekend.
Yeah, yeah,
So
awesome.
I get smashed, and I don't remember Lamb of God or Pantera at all, and I'm like, oh,
Then it's not
I
as
guess I'm not.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think some of that comes with age, man. And I'll tell you, I appreciate the crowd of people that we go to see shows with, because there are people that are having a few drinks. Like I said, I'll smoke some weed, and hey, every once in a while, maybe I'll like eat a mushroom sandwich. I don't know, but you know, it's comfortable to go to our shows because people aren't getting like hammered beyond belief, and people aren't sloppy, and people are just a little older and mature. And the people that are younger have seemed to have matured a lot faster than my age group did. You know, there's less
Oh yeah.
drinking, less partying, less silliness, you know, but people are still having a really good time. I don't like, I think for some people it's hard to make that disassociation of, well, shit, if I, you know, if I'm gonna have a part, if I'm gonna party, I gotta party. But you know what? I'm
Yeah.
going out and partying and having a great time. And once again, I'm not, man, you guys like drinking. This is totally cool. Seriously, I really want people to have a good time at the show. But like, I want everybody to have a good time at the show.
We grew up at a very different
Yeah,
time though,
for sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like when you looked at rock and roll, it
Sex,
was
drugs, and rock and
there
roll,
was so much alcohol
man.
everywhere. Like
dude, on top
they're
of
like,
the
oh, we're getting in the hot tub and all the fucking Jack
oh,
Daniels hot
dude, and
tub. Like,
cocaine is like it prob
yeah,
like, and I think those things fuel each other, and also unfortunately fuel like some anger and aggression and shit, you know. And that's one of the things I like about the heavy underground music that I listen to. I think it's really heavy, but I don't think it's necessarily really aggressive, and
right.
that seems to be a difference that I enjoy. Although I like some
Yeah,
aggressive music too, but you know, I like heavy with just heavy without, you know, I mean, I still like some thrash and stuff too, though, but, you know, I don't have to hear it every night.
yeah, I do.
Right on.
Like every day, there's a little bit
You
of
know what,
thrash.
like, what, no, you know, that's when, like, how do you describe this? Like, when people ask you about the heavy underground, how do you describe it, Tom? Because it's like pretty, like, it's like, you know, it encompasses
It's vast.
thrash and spacey
Like
stuff and,
it just really depends on the artist, right?
uh,
Like you and I were talking with Luna Soul and Momovudu. Like it's so I said voodoo is what I meant.
we all good people, you know what we're saying.
yeah. Some of it's super blues influenced. Some of it is just like as heavy as you can get,
Fuck
like
yeah.
Primitive Man,
God
dude.
damn, dude,
Holy
that'll
shit.
crush you. If you don't like, if you're
Yes.
not paying attention, you will like be paved over by Primitive Man. Yeah.
Yes. I was I was not ready for it when I saw them the first time and I was just like, it was great. I fucking love it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But
For sure.
it's so vast. Like if you want some chill, heavy, you've got
Yep.
that. If you want something that's just heavy and noisy, you've got
Yep.
that. If you want thrash influence or death influence, like you literally you have everything you possibly want. And when people ask what kind of music I listen to, I tell them to ask my wife because
That's fair.
she's like she's like, I don't know, they just fucking scream at you all the time. I'm like, okay.
That's all. You know, man, you talk about that. You know, we both talked about the diversity. When I put together the show, I thought about that and it was like, I want to have some diversity in the musical styles, you know? I want to have a band that can get soft like Godzillionaire, and then, you know, have a band that's like just freaking so heavy like Hibernaut. And, you know, I think it's a cool opportunity to like get to like have a bunch of different bands from those subgenres that I really enjoy. I thought about like doing like just like a classic rock influenced day and a doom influenced day. And the more we thought about it, it was like, nah, man, let's mix that shit up. We all like all that shit. If you don't
Yeah.
like it, you should be exposed to it anyway.
Yeah. Like we don't need that segregation. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
in a very serious way, I yes, I don't want to have that segregation. I really don't want to have that. I mean, if it's just somebody's playing something that's just not your jam, man, they're not going to be playing for more than 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Like, you know, go smoke a cigarette. But, like, really, I don't think there's a single band at my show that anybody's going to want to miss a minute of. I mean,
no, I'm literally, I tell you, the bands that I didn't know, I listened to and I'm like, holy fuck.
shit, like a band like Nomestomper, I didn't know them. And when I talked to Blue Heron, they're like, hey, man, these guys would be really interested in playing your show. And I'm like, so I put them on. It was like, oh, well, I'd be really interested in having them play my show. It's man, the scene is so big, man. There's so many bands. It there's so many bands. It was hard to it'd be so easy to have 30 bands, man.
Oh, for
But
sure.
like all those bands
Yeah,
would have to
like
be settled for about 14 cents each, and like I didn't think that
yeah,
was very fair to the bands. So
we're gonna have 400 bands
so
this week. Everyone
you
gets a
get
different
five
night.
minutes.
I'll buy y'all burritos.
Exactly. Dude, so hey man, I did want to mention one thing. I did have a band that had to drop off our lineup. Peach Street Revival, um, from Grand Junction, insanely talented group. Three ladies and a guy playing guitar. They're having they're having some personnel changes, I think, but the band is going through an evolution, so to speak, so they're not going to be able to play. So we are going to announce another band coming up in the next few days. So we're just finalizing
Oh,
things.
did you get crop on
I,
that?
I am not at liberty to say that I got crop on there. Hey, you know what? In all seriousness, man, that's the only drag about Braun's show being so close to my show is that it makes it difficult for me to ask Crop to come out here and play because I'd love to have those dudes come out here and play.
Oh, dude, I've been telling them like they need to go out west,
Yes,
like so bad.
they
Uh,
absolutely do. Well, you know, man, I mean, you've got Jason out here playing with Luna Soul now, and I know Jason has some, has worked with Crop before, and like, I think it'd be a great opportunity for Crop to get some Western exposure. I think, God, dude, they're so badass, and people would I know Denver scene would just not just love Crop for their music, but love those guys for their personalities as well.
oh, dude, yeah, they're like they are partiers, dude. It was
Yes.
that show Friday night was hilarious. Ron got a new tattoo right
Oh
before
my
the
God.
set, right on his thigh.
Well,
Did you see the photo of it?
what did he get a?
Oh,
Oh my
oh my
God.
god!
What did he get a tattoo of?
I wish I had a picture of it. It's literally right on his upper thigh, and it's a it's a rooster with a fucking noose around its neck.
Oh my God. I thought it was gonna be, I thought it was gonna be a hot dog inside a slice of pizza.
Oh no, no, good old fucking Costco. Yes. Um,
That dude
he
is hilarious. That's
he is, dude. They played a show one night. I don't remember who played that show. It was a good show though. That might have been Friendship
mm,
Commander and Hippie Death Cult.
mm,
And
fuck
yes,
yeah.
and fucking Crop was playing it, and Braun went and got a tattoo on his ass. Literally, like it may have been. I don't remember if it was right before or right after he got off stage, but it was 666.
Dude,
Like,
I am pretty heavily tattooed. Um, I don't think I have much on my ass. I'm not gonna check here. But
let me look.
I'll spare everybody. But getting tattooed on your ass right before a show or after a show is a Braun Dabney move that I have a great deal of
100%.
respect for.
Yeah, as we call him, Tron in those
Dude, that's
situations.
so funny. I'm thinking I haven't got tattooed in about 5 years, and I'm thinking about getting tattooed when I go to Jason Doom's show in Michigan next year. There's a
Oh, are you going to Grand
Yeah,
Rapids?
and there's Matt Stafford does the lights, and he's a great tattooer. And I'm like, oh shit, man, I haven't got a tattoo in forever. Maybe I should go get a tattoo while I'm up there. But I don't
Yes.
know. It'll definitely have to be on my ass.
Has Jason announced the dates for that?
No, but man, I can't wait. Um, Jason and Braun and I are going to do a show here with Rich Paiva, I think, and so maybe we'll get some dates out of him. Yeah,
Hell
man, I
yeah.
think he's shooting for the same time frame in October. Hey, just really quickly on that, um, I really hope a couple other people would start up shows in the spring along with Braun and Shane and I. And it would be cool. Maybe we can like trick some European bands into coming over here and hitting a series of like
Yeah,
mini
festival run.
festivals. You know what I'm saying, guys? We can work together, make that happen. Maybe we could get like Greenleaf or somebody cool over here or somebody, Sergeant Thunderhoof. I don't know, man. But
Ah, dude, Sergeant Thunderhoof fucking
dude,
were
was that
great
not?
last year.
Dude, that was a religious experience. That was great.
Yes.
That was amazing. So yeah, man. No, I think things are going well in the scene. I think I'm super excited about the shows that are coming up and super excited to be involved in the way that I am. It's like 58 years old, man. I mean, a lot of people my age are just kicking back and
Ah, you
watching
are old.
TV and they're not fucking getting out.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I'm not a spring chicken, But man, life is so short, and my friends are. I'm losing friends, and people get old and they die, or they get cancer, and and it's like, so man, I'm not gonna sit on my ass watching fucking television and not living my life. And this is like really like it gives me a reason to get out of bed in the morning, doing the media thing like you do such a great job with, man. That's super fun too, and I love that. And putting on the show, it's like maybe I'm still trying to find my niche here, but
I don't think
everything
so,
I've
dude.
done has been really fun, and it's like it's
I,
so cool to be involved in a scene that people are like they're not a dick about you trying new things, and like people recognize the fact that what you're doing is good for them, and you're doing it because you love the music that they're making. I appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah, and they're like super appreciative, right? Like Dave
Yeah,
Angstrom,
the
he
nicest
just
guy.
will random. He just randomly like, hey, I just want to say thanks, man. You're doing
Yeah.
fucking great. Appreciate what you do. Like,
Yes.
damn it, Dave. Like, I loved you already, but now I really fucking I'm falling for you. Come
It's
on.
seriously getting that kind of stuff from a guy like Dave Angstrom and the other, just it happens frequently, and people are just it's like it's unreal how cool people are.
Yeah,
For sure, bud. For sure.
it's cool as fuck. We have some really really fucking cool people in the heavy underground, and it's when it's like a dream.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking
Dude,
dream
like who
world.
like what other genre do you get to like go and see your heroes, and then you get to like go talk to them about their record when they're done playing, and buy a t-shirt from them, and then maybe go have a drink or go smoke a joint with them, and like hang out with them, like Jason Doom sending me pictures of him hanging out with Matt Pike this weekend, or like that's the kind of scene we have, it's like nobody's like really pulls out
So
rock star shit, really. I mean, maybe here and there, but
speaking
not
of
too often.
speaking of High on
Yeah.
Fire, their tour manager is a really good buddy of mine. He's got a fucking band that if you don't know about, you need to check out.
Okay.
Uh, do you know Blessed Black?
Nope. I've heard the name though. Blessed Black. It's on the list here.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
they are they are um honestly, dude, for like the last 3 years, they have been my number one like band that I fucking listened
Oh
to.
shit. Okay. I'm on it
Like
then. Okay. Cool.
I
Cool.
I fucking I love them because they are that heavily like blues influenced like rock and roll, dude. It is fucking. I think you'll absolutely love them, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. I will definitely check them out. I love that.
Yeah,
Man, but there's like a new band every day. Like literally like and or more, and
yeah.
um like there's just like there's just no excuse not to, like I can never listen to anybody say that nobody makes good rock and roll anymore. It's like the most
You're not looking
ridiculous
hard enough,
fucking shit. They're not looking at all, because really
right?
it's not
Yeah.
that hard. I mean, like my God, you
No,
could just go slightly off the beaten path and find Clutch and Rival Sons. And then, if you like just tip off that road just a little bit more, man, you're like rolling in the best shit you ever heard in your life.
dude. What about that Clutch and COC tour?
It's in, dude. I can't. I'm trying to decide like where I'm going to go to see it, because it's not coming to Denver. So it's like, out,
Fly out here.
like, all right, we'll talk.
I'll put you up.
All
We'll run out to the show.
right. What city are you in?
I live in Louisville, but I think they're playing Lexington, which is like an hour away.
You know what, man? I haven't been to Kentucky since I was like 18 years old. I don't know. I'll let you know. It would be. I'd love to go out there, bud. It would be. It's a beautiful part of the country.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, it's so
And
green.
we got you fucking you and Andrea. Come on out. We'll fucking get you taken care of. Like,
All right, I'm not making any promises, but
and
Clutch is worth traveling to see, and with Corrosion of Conformity, jeez, dude, That's sick.
COC for me. COC like has my heart. That's another band like since I fucking found out about them, I'm just like,
Dude,
oh man.
I love Kyle from Cobranoid has this leather jacket with corrosion and conformity on the back, and like I see that dude all the time, and every time I see that jacket, I'm like, ah, fuck,
Yeah.
fuck
We were
it.
doing I was doing fucking interviews at Louder Than Life and downplayed. So like the artist area was right by the media area. So I like came out and I was just kind of hanging out and here comes fucking Pepper and Kirk and
Dude,
fucking Pat and I'm just like
yeah, like, dude, we know that people like have pretty deflated egos, but I'm still a fanboy. There's still people I see that I'm just like, like,
yes.
oh man, like I don't know if I could talk to that guy, you know?
Every fucking every time I run into Pepper, so in the last year I think I've seen him like
Oh,
3 times and
jeez.
I'm like, "Hey dude, I want to get you on the show." And he's like I'm like, "We'll just talk rock and roll." He's like, "Dude, I fucking love talking rock and roll." And I'm like, "Hell yeah."
Do it.
He's like,
Get
"Talk to
him.
my manager." And the manager's like, "Nah, just wait for the new album," which is supposed to come next year, right? 26?
Yeah, dude. Well, I hope you get him because that'd be a fantastic conversation. The cool thing, yeah, dude. Like seriously, when we get like cut off from that at this point, it's really not the bands. It's generally
Right.
and their management people are trying to take care of them, and I respect that too. It's like
Yeah.
they're not just being assholes. They're trying to get these like. I really wanted to talk to Matt Pike after a show, and it's just like. You see like how busy they are and they're loading out. And it's like, and then just like, do I really want to bother that guy? I mean, he's probably fucking
Well, and
tired.
that's, especially at shows like that,
Yeah,
that
just
is
don't
one of
do that
the things.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
Like you're at work, dude. I don't want to fuck with
right.
you. Right.
Exactly.
Unless you agree to it prior to,
Yeah,
like, let's do it when you're not
for
like
sure,
working.
for
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah, that's been a learning curve for like me and just getting used to that kind of stuff and like figuring it out and being polite and making sure that you're not inconveniencing people because the people on our scene are really cool, but you know what? They're just human beings too, and you don't want to like, everybody needs their space, and I respect that. And I, I mean, I think that comes back to you if you play it that way.
Yeah. I mean, like there are a lot that I've reached out to and they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's always a fucking, they're blowing smoke up my skirt. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, whatever. It's cool. I'm going to keep
Sure.
trying and you're going to keep telling me no or yes, but not now, and putting me off. And I'm okay with that because there's still a
Well,
chance, a
yeah,
slight
for sure, man. And I'm definitely not in the business of burning bridges.
no.
And I've also learned that some bands really like are shy, and they really it's hard for them to do that, and I've learned to respect that too. Not everybody, is like Jason Hubner from the Freaks. That guy will just like tell you his awesome story and you just can't stop. And then you have guys who are just maybe a little more introverted. But I respect that because some of those introverted guys are making some of the music I love the most. And you know what? Not everybody expresses themselves in the same way. So,
Right.
nah,
And it's totally
yeah,
cool. Like it takes all kinds of us to make up this
yeah,
world and cool. If you don't want an interview, no harm, no foul. I still love your fucking music. I
exactly.
don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
honestly, man, I would really, if you don't like to be interviewed, I'd really rather not interview you, or we could do it on paper, or in a format that person is more comfortable with, because the lot, I'm not here, dude. We're not stirring shit up. We're not Rolling Stones and magazine in the '80s. We're not like leaving people
Well, I'm not
shitty
trying to get all this fucking
reviews and like talking
like let's have a good conversation and
Yeah,
just have a good time,
yeah, for sure. And I there's enough crazy fucking shit going on in the world that sometimes it's just nice to have an escape and talk about rock and roll. And doesn't mean you're irresponsibly, turning your head to what's going on. But sometimes I just want to like talk about songs. I want to talk about,
Yep.
monkeys like smoking weed, flying spaceships, fucking off to planet fucking Big Surf. You know,
So
that's cool, man. Yeah,
let me ask you
sure.
this. Like, so this year, what has been your like the concert experience that like that when you think of 2025, that's the one that sticks out the most?
So I was in a very unique situation. There's a small show in Fort Collins. Godzillionaire and Luna Soul were here. It was after Planet Desert Rock, and they played a show in Denver the night before, and there was a good draw. But then, excuse me, the second show was supposed to be up in Colorado Springs. There's a venue issue, so there's a last minute reschedule up to Fort Collins. So there's like maybe 20 people there, 25 people. Um, and Godzillionaire and Luna Soul both put on tough like sets like there were 2,500 people there. But at the end of the set, Dave Angstrom got up, or what? Yeah, I think it was Dave. Zeth might have played drums. I don't know. I will have to look at the video again. But they played a song together, man. And I was fortunate enough to have hung out with him the day before. We were at Dave Angstrom's house and smoking weed, and we were watching old Saturday Night Live reruns. And I think I was explaining to Mike of Godzillionaire who Andy Kaufman was. And Mark Hennessy
You
was.
didn't know who Andy Kaufman
Dude, he's
was?
really young. He's a lot younger. I'm not who he was, but maybe his impact or his comedy style. I'm not sure.
Oh
But you
yeah.
know, we were smoking a little bit of weed too. So you know, as a, you know, Mark and I are like talking about that, and then a song comes on and they start talking about, I'll never remember the name of the song off the top, but I think I have a video on my YouTube channel. But they just talk about it really briefly about, oh, it'd be cool to do this song. And then Andrea and I take off, we got some stuff to do. And then, yeah, the next night, man, they're up there playing that song together. So seeing Dave Angstrom performing with Godzillionaire and those guys all being on stage together in front of about 20 people, that's the kind of shit I live for, man. It was amazing. And then, you know, like there were other good, like, dude, it's just too much. You know, I saw Cobranoid a couple times, and every time I see those guys, they just rip my face off. And um I don't know, man. Like there was just a lot of I, the Planet Desert Rock thing. I don't know, man. What about you, dude? Like that the Godzillionaire Luna Soul thing was huge for me though.
That is that. I'm jealous that I didn't get to see that,
Dude, it's
frankly.
like it was so. I'm like looking around the room and I'm like, nobody's here. Oh my god, I'm so lucky.
You know, for me, like for me, it was festivals. Like I feel like
Yeah,
every festival I attended this year stuck out for one reason or another, like Planet Desert Rock, because it was my first experience there.
so that was a
And,
badass time.
you know, again, like Luna Soul was like fucking mind blowing.
They
What
did a
a
cool
way
thing
to,
at that show too. They had Sage from Sonolith came
from
up.
Sonolith.
Yeah, and
Yep.
did Jason Walker come up and do some stuff too? I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was badass,
So it
dude.
was, that was really cool. Legalize was really cool because it was my first year like sponsoring Legalize, and I was like, oh, that's
That's
cool.
cool.
And uh, there were some great bands that I really wanted to see there, and I was like, fucking Braun, thank you.
Sweet.
Um, there's a festival in Indianapolis in July called Post Fest, and
Okay.
it's like post rock,
Yeah,
post
cool, cool.
metal. Um, that one, I have not been able to stop talking about that one
Oh,
because when we talk about community, like that, they have curated that community exactly what you want. Like everyone enjoyed music the way they wanted to enjoy it. There was no like making fun of people, and the shorter people, I'm a shorter
I'm a
people,
shorter people.
like yeah, so like if there was tall people in front of you, they would like move out of the way
No
and move you up.
way, you're
You fuck,
lying.
I shit you not,
That's
dude.
so
I was
cool.
just
No,
like, I was like, that's fucking awesome. Um,
that's cool.
and to be like, so it they had everything from like singer songwriter to fucking Converge and Primitive Man and Bong Ripper. It
Hell
was just
yeah. Oh, I
like,
love Bong Ripper. Hell yeah.
oh, dude, like, so to have the contrast in music, and literally everyone there enjoyed everything that was playing. Like,
Dude, the community is what it's all about. That's what I got out of Planet Desert Rock, and that's what I got out of Ripple Fest, and that's what I want to create at my own show. I want people to, like, I don't know, I don't care if it sounds corny. I want people to come and make friends, man. I like want people to, like, leave with a few more friends that they had when they got there. I want the people to say, you know what, this is badass. Maybe I'll see you at Ripple Fest. You know,
right,
maybe you see at Planet Desert Rock. Maybe we'll see you up in Michigan, or maybe, you know, hey, maybe we'll like drag your ass out to Lexington for legalized, you know. But like parts of the community need or will travel, and I love that. And then those parts that travel, it's cool when you have the opportunity to intermingle with a local scene as well. And I
yeah,
would love to go and meet the local scene in Detroit, meet the local scene in Kansas City and stuff, like, you know, because those are our people. That's our tribe, right?
yeah. I mean, it really is. And to see, when you go to these things, especially like in the Doom scene, like there's only 12 of us that go to the shows. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like you show up and you're like, hey,
It's great. It's a great part of the community. Knowing people at shows, it's awesome.
it is. And it's funny you say that you want people to go and make friends. So when my wife and I first started dating, she thought that I was like some player or something. And like, I'm like, hey, I go to a lot of concerts. And she's like, I, I know code words when I fucking hear them.
That's
I'm like,
it's like
no,
you
I like,
haven't been to the doom metal scene then, because that's not a code word.
no, it's all
It's
sausage
totally sausage
everywhere.
party.
So, so I'm like, I just go to a lot of shows. You just need to know that. So she goes to a couple of shows with me. And very quickly she was like, oh, I get it now. You can go to shows alone. I don't want to go. You don't talk to the girls. Like, no, I don't have any interest in them. Like, I'm literally there for the
Yeah,
music.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
But she goes, but when you leave, you have a new best friend.
Oh yeah.
Some dude. I'm like, yeah, because he had a cool fucking shirt on. Duh. Like,
Because he had a cool shirt on. Exactly, though. You know I'm like, I'm in a relationship that Andrea actually does like the music, and I know that's not necessarily the norm, but she loves it when she finds other ladies at the show who go there because they like the music too, and she leaves with buddies too, and it's yeah, it's like it's really a scene where people show like literally people show up for the music and the bands get done and maybe a couple you hang out for a little while, maybe you buy some merch and maybe have one drink, but it's really about the music. So when the music's over, people start going people start going
yeah,
home. It's like,
yeah,
it's like people aren't hanging out in the bathroom, doing 8 balls of cocaine and partying until 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean,
right.
if they
No,
are,
it's like,
I don't know about it because I already went home. So
right.
yeah.
I'm going home. I got to work in the
Yeah,
morning.
I have
Like,
a
I'm
job.
not being up all night. Yeah.
I have, a lot of people have kids. It's an older crowd. We had a great show in Denver last week that started at 7 and was over by 10. And I
Yeah.
missed I couldn't get off work early enough. But, it's like, yeah, people are conscious of that, right? It's like, and like we talked about earlier, it's not just the older people on the scene, but like kids don't party like they used to. And I think that's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing. And it's really cool seeing like the younger kids, um, at some of these shows.
Yeah,
Like we went to see I Hate God a couple of, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago. And I was expecting a bunch of old
sure.
people, we're all hanging out. Fuck no, dude. It's probably like 40% young
Love
kids, like
it.
25 and younger. I'm like, kick
Dude, we
ass.
saw Hippie Death Cold a couple weeks ago, and like half the crowd was ladies, and it was like, oh hell yeah! It's like they were opening for this band Thunder Pussy, and that probably had something to do with it. But so what? I don't care. Like it's cool to
Right.
see kids. It's cool to see people of different sexes and racial backgrounds, and like I want to go to a show that like it's not just like 14 guys and battle jackets and fucking beards down to here. I love them guys too, but it's nice to see other people at the shows too.
Yes. Yeah, it's like it's nice to have a nice mix of people
Yeah,
at the shows. Like I don't I go to the show because of music, but I want
I want everybody to like our
everyone.
music. Like I don't like think
Yeah.
our music like requires you to have a big bushy beard or like, long hair or like tattoos or like smoke weed or like, I don't I think like if my sister has been listening to a lot of stoner rock and like she's not like this at all. She's into Reiki and meditation and she's like, man, the heavy like doom bands that you listen to are like relaxing for me to listen to. The frequencies that they're playing on are like enjoyable for me. And so it's
Yeah.
not just, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like whatever. Diversity is usually good for shit. So I'm down
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
Hey, are you familiar with Fairy Ring?
With who?
Fairy Ring? Oh, that's another band you got to check
All right,
out.
one more time.
F Fairy Ring,
Oh,
it's
Fairy Ring.
FAE.
Yes, I am. Yes,
Okay. I was like, man, how do you not know them? They're so fucking good.
dude. It's how are there so many good bands? I ask bands that all the time, and a lot of times it's the answer is COVID. We didn't have anywhere to play, so we stayed home and got better at playing our instruments and
Got better.
got better at writing
Well,
songs. And
it's like I think about what local bands used to be even like 20 years ago, and you would like go see them, and you're like, meh,
yeah, you saw a local band.
yeah, there'd be like
All right.
one or two that you're like, oh, they're fucking
Yeah.
good, and all the rest you're like,
Yeah,
yeah. And now you're like, oh, it's a local show. I need to go because there's going to be some good music there.
Dude, in
You know?
Denver, like I think about the bands, yeah, and I'm gonna plug my show. I think about the bands I have. Cobranoid's EP is insane and like has like got worldwide acclaim. Lord Velvet just played at Ripplefest Mexico. Lost Relics, just amazing musicians, put butts in the seats every time they play in Denver. Messiahvore, like continual growth from this band. They get better every time they step on stage, and I know they're recording new music. And Bart's like a genius on the scene, has a studio and is recording other people. And I got oh my god, I know I'm gonna forget somebody. But like Vashon Seed's been like a friend of mine. Like we go back to the '80s together because we're old, and it's like the depth of talent in Denver. I know I'm leaving somebody off, and I'm gonna Luna Soul. Those guys are pretty good.
I don't know those guys.
So like, you know, yeah, like a local show in Denver is like fucking good shit, man. Like it's
Let's,
like there's
dude,
no
it's the
drop
same
off.
way here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, for
you
sure,
know,
dude. Or Kansas City
just,
or Chicago, right?
right. I know Temple of the Fuzzwitch just went to Chicago, just moved to Chicago.
Yeah, Jason saw them this weekend, so they just destroyed. So
Yeah. Yeah. I need to fuck with Noah. He's been
he's
working on some
awesome.
new
He's
music.
a great guy. I
Yeah.
interviewed him earlier in the year, and it was like a really fascinating conversation. And I loved it because he was so forthright and honest and open, and said some things that maybe some people would have been more careful about. Not that he said anything crazy or bad, but he was just
It was all
he's
bad. You got to go watch the episode to know how bad it was.
maybe you should check it out. No, but no, but seriously, man, like, yeah, that band is fucking kick ass.
Yeah.
He's kick ass, and he's got that him and like Caleb Reiser. We got some young guys on the scene that are dynamic, and I think bring some like some reason for some young ladies to come out and check out the shows, and then like figure out, hey, not only these guys like dynamic on stage, but they're great musicians and are making great music. And man, like there's nothing wrong with having people on stage who are extremely charismatic. And I think
Right.
it's like, and you don't always necessarily have to do that from being young and good looking, but probably don't hurt.
Doesn't hurt at all. Like that. The, I honestly, I gotta get you some new music. I gotta get you some records. Is what I gotta do.
Dude, I cannot ever get enough music in my life. And it's dude, it's like, dude, I feel like I have this weird disease, and the only way I can like stop myself from dying is if I like digest new music every day.
New music. Yeah.
And I feel sorry for the people who get to your age or my age and they have just shut it down for so long. There's no good music. There's like they don't even try, and like,
No, because they're listening to the same
yeah,
stuff.
dude, and they're
That's been
missing
on
out on
repeat
an
for 30
album like
years.
Godzillionaire's Diminishing Returns, or they're missing out on Luna Soul's Vita Moore's, which, like, even if you just like classic rock, these albums are good. Like, whenever I play those albums for my there's no good music anymore, acquaintances, well, they find out the wrong. And, man, if you could turn one of those two people a year, I guess it's good for the scene.
I know. I took my son, who is he's 21 now. I took him to see Blessed Black,
That's
and he was just like, we left. I said, "What do you think?" He's like, "Man, that was fucking good." I'm like, "Yes."
so
Like,
right. So like I work with a bunch of 20-year-olds and early 30s in my shop, and when I put on music, they come right up. They're like, "Yeah, I really your music. We always like it when you play music because we all like it." And it's like, well, why don't you listen to then? Why don't you listen to it?
come to the
Come to
shows.
the
Like,
shows. Like, you know what? You think Hippie Death Cult sounds good? What do you see Hippie Death Cult playing live? It's like,
yeah,
or so I don't know, man. I don't know how you feel like, but I always feel like I'm almost like a massive hypocrite because part of me wants more people to listen to the music, and part of me wants the bands to be more successful, and part of me is desperately wants to hold on to the smallness of the scene. And
well,
it's
and that's
rough,
like,
man. Ultimately I want the bands to be successful. That's what matters the most, though.
I'm in literally the same spot. So I want the bands to have all the success in the world, except I want them to play private shows for
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
Like, just sell
I
out
want them to
stadiums,
have
and then
millions of fans, but when I send them a private message, I want them to answer mine.
yeah, yeah, come play my garage. It'll be really fucking cool.
For sure, bud.
Like, you know,
Totally. It's yeah. Yeah. So man, that desire, I'm living that out, and definitely in some way by hosting this festival, with Zeth and Andrea. This really is like let me know how accessible the scene is. And I can't stress to people enough, if you're like, man, you're like in Boise, Idaho, or like frickin' Casper, Wyoming, or like, some small place in Texas, and your town doesn't have a stoner rock scene, or or maybe you don't know about it, like, and you wanted to like have bands come to your show, man, find a venue and ask bands if they'll come and play your show. You may absolutely be shocked at the answer.
now you got to pay them.
Do you? You do have to pay them, yes. But you know
Yeah,
what? Bands are, for exposure, are willing to do things that, you know what? Nobody's looking for you to pay them $10,000 either. And if you can get some people to come out and see bands, man, like, give it a shot. And if not, and if that's too much, then, man, get in your car and drive to Denver, Colorado in late April, or drive
gotta help them.
to Lexington, Kentucky the week before, or Lawrence, Kansas, or if you're close to the Mojave Experience in California, or close to Planet Desert Rock, or you live in Texas, man, you go to any festival. Go to a heavy underground festival. You're going to meet some super cool people. You're going to see some bands that are going to blow your fucking mind. And like, it may just change your life, man, in a good way.
I can't wait to see Astronaut again. Mm.
I haven't seen Astronaut in a minute, dude.
Mm. Uh,
Dude, they're playing.
when did I?
Yeah, I need to. They're playing with Chemist here, um, at the end of the month, and if I can get out of work, I'll go to that show. But they put on a killer live show. I saw them at Ripple Fest, and then before they got big, they played in Denver a lot, and we'd go out and see them all the time. But I'm really stoked for those guys. They're playing.
Have you seen them as a three-piece?
I have not seen them as a three-piece yet, so I'm excited for
Me
that.
neither.
It's good.
I'm really excited. I think that's going to be super cool because
I love
dude, they're so fucking heavy.
dude, and Rob is like so. You know what? I threw out Noah and Caleb Reiser, but you could put Rob in that group too, man. He's a
Yes.
real personality on stage, and there was certainly that contingency of young ladies at Ripple Fest while he was up there playing, and like I just think that's all that stuff is good for the genre. So yeah, man, Astronaut, like Mikey's a great freaking drummer, and Daniel's just got amazing vocal. Yeah, man, like dude,
They're
I'm
studs,
jealous.
dude. Like that's
Yeah,
yes.
that it's Denver's just the depth of our scene, like Abrams and Burning Sister and Malcasian, and then the six bands I have, and Cobranoid, those guys, and I feel so absolutely blessed to live in, I like to call it the center of the region of doom, but I feel like that's where I live, man.
Dude, it's I feel like we kind of have that going on too because there
Good.
are like between Nashville, Cincinnati,
Oh yeah,
Lexington, fucking Indianapolis, dude. You know
dude.
Vailcast?
I'm stealing bands from that area to come to my show. We got Black Sunrise coming from Indiana. Yeah, dude. No, I don't know that band, but you know what? One more time because I'm writing down bands, buddy.
Vailcast. Veilcast.
Vailcast. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Dude, I love that kind of stuff. I learn stuff from everybody. If I interview them or they interview me, it's like so cool to
This is why
network.
I talk to people.
Hell yeah!
I want to know, like, what are you listening to? Oh, that? Let me fucking check that shit out,
For sure, dude. Yeah. It's dude, I appreciate it.
Yes. Hell yeah, dude. Sean, I know, dude, I appreciate the time you have allotted me this evening.
Oh, dude, this is my pleasure, man. I love this conversation.
Fuck yeah, it's been a great time. I do want to say congratulations to you and Andrea on the nuptials a couple of months ago.
Thank you, man. You know what? I could talk about like how lucky I feel. Andrea's a wonderful person, and like I just feel absolutely blessed to be in a relationship with her, and she's fantastically supportive, and I hope I'm half as supportive of her as she is of me. But none of this stuff would be happening without like Andrea just really just being encouraging and wanting the same kind of things for both of us, and she's just as excited about this show as I am, and it's really, man, I love her to death, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's awesome. It's hard to find that.
No, I feel very lucky. I feel very, very fortunate. Absolutely.
Same. My wife she's fucking amazing.
That's awesome, dude. It's like, and man, it's like, man, I don't like, the big thing is like, you gotta, all right, I'm going to go off on my relationship spiel, but man, it's really helpful if you are the kind of person that's like working on themselves and conscious of the kind of person that you are, and you're a happy person because you decided to be. And I think that possibly attracts another person who's in the same kind of state of mind, but like it's important to be happy for yourself, and if you find someone else that enhances that happiness, that's great. And I'm fortunate that I have it, man. Like, I mean, I just don't think it's the only way to be happy, but I'm really happy. It's the way I'm happy.
That's I think first and foremost, something that I learned is like when you're happy with yourself and know what you want, it's a lot easier to find that person.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really find the person. They just kind of come into your life and you're like, oh, okay, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. But
sure.
I think, yeah, I'm lucky and I'm happy, and I'm thanks for saying that. I know she's just a wonderful person. I'm blessed. So
hell yeah. Rock and roll. Find someone you love. It's fucking awesome.
Well, I do it with this figure now. Oh, just kidding.
I did my fucking
That's
my other wedding
that's how I
ring
fist bump
was
other women now. I'm like, I make sure they see the ring. Yeah.
they see the ring. Every time I talk to like it's always weird to, like because I'll talk to
Sure.
anyone and you
Because
know if
that's
I'm
the kind of
standing in
people
line
we are too.
yeah I just stand in line and there'll be a girl next to me and we'll strike up a
Sure.
conversation and I'm like I need her to know I'm not hitting on her.
Right.
I'm like, oh dude, my wife would really like this fucking shirt. What do you think? You know, like because I don't want to hit on you. I just
We're
we're
just,
here.
dude,
Let's
we're
chat.
like,
That's it.
so you're, tell me if you find this to be true. We both interview people as uh, something we love to do. I love interviewing people. Absolutely love it. And I just naturally do it. Do you just find yourself naturally like I just interview whoever I'm talking to? It's like, oh shit, I'm
Yes.
interviewing somebody.
And it's almost like I just need someone with a video camera following me
Yeah.
around.
I'm just curious though. Like honestly, um, I do a lot of this because I'm curious. I'm just naturally a curious person. I want to know why musicians write the songs that they do and why they ended up making music that I love and why they choose to get in vans and drive around and be miserable to bring me so much joy. And I know you're the
I
same kind of
know
person, man. It's like you're just curious.
I have the same curiosity about serial killers too. Is like what you know, like I've read about a lot of them, and people are like, "Why do you read about them?" Like, because I'm genuinely
Yeah,
curious. Like
e-
I couldn't bring myself to do that to someone, let alone multiple
right.
people.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
But no, like for me,
Wink,
like
wink.
explorers. Like I love reading stories about people who like go on advent. Yeah, that's like, and I want
Yeah,
to like, yeah. So it's like I want to discover new music. I want to talk to people and learn interesting things. I want to travel and go places and experience these interesting things myself. And I think just I feel once again I feel really blessed to feel like I'm a naturally curious person. I think it has
yeah.
enhanced my life tremendously. It is cool to like be able to go to the grocery store and still have a good time because I'm interested in the people that are shopping or whatever new product I see. It's like I love the world. It's like I'm constantly fascinated by the things that are going on around me. So
Dude, the people watching is fucking amazing.
amazing. It's
Like
amazing.
some of my favorite times with my wife are going to a restaurant
Oh yeah.
and just watching fucking
Fuck yeah.
people.
Yeah, I
There was one.
do you,
Mm,
like you're just naturally curious about people, right? Is she?
yeah, she's not so much like she's a nurse in her day
Oh
job.
God, she's oh
So
yeah. I bet she wants to turn that
yeah,
shit off. Yeah.
she does.
Yeah.
She's like,
That's
man,
an
I don't want to
intense job. Yeah.
socialize. I'm like, I
Yeah.
get it. You know, like, you deal with them at their fucking worst.
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure you're like, fuck everyone. I want to kill
I
them.
know.
Like, hold on, slow down, serial killer.
I can't imagine doing that job. Like, yeah, like I work in a cannabis dispensary, so I generally have happy people come in and they leave a little happier and so for me it's like yeah, it's a little more comfortable situation to talk to people about things than, let's I would like to ask you about your life, but first I have to like reach into your colon. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
conversation
I could
killer.
amputate your leg, but
Yeah, but
you know, what turned you on
what's
to
your
riding a
favorite
motorcycle to
band?
begin with?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. So,
yeah.
different situation for sure.
Very, very different. And like I couldn't do her
Fuck
job
no.
because no,
No
that's
way.
not. Well, I'm not fucking smart
But
enough.
super
Like,
big time respect for
yeah,
Andrea's kid is going to school to become a nurse right now, and I just like I don't know how people do that, but I sure have a hell of a lot of respect for him, man.
yeah, me too.
Uh,
Me fucking too. It's not for me.
no,
This is for me.
yes. I want
Yeah.
to talk to people who are
Okay.
not bleeding
Yeah. Well, you can bleed a little bit,
from
maybe
your
the
fingers.
microphone or
Yeah,
something. Like, it's cool, no broken
right.
bones. Like, all
Exactly,
right,
Tom.
Sean, dude,
Dude,
you're a fucking rock
you are a
star.
rock star, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you do too. Thank you.
No, thank you. Like fucking, I love watching your shit. I love seeing the interviews with the bands. I think you do such a great fucking job with
I
that.
appreciate that.
And I
Thank you, man.
love that you're like that you have curated Hufferfest
Thanks, man.
April 24th, 25th, 26th of 2026 in Denver, Colorado. Um,
I'm so stoked. Thank you.
because I think the lineup is fucking spectacular, dude. And I'm gonna be honest, if I can make it, I'm fucking gonna
Dude,
be
if you
there.
could make it, I would just be blown away. So honored. You know, if you're anywhere close, I really think like Tom said, I think the lineups are worth coming out to see, and I promise you that Zeth and Andrea and I are working as hard as we can to make sure that your experience in Denver will be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And if you smoke weed, you know Denver's got a lot of weed.
We have weed, and it's the weekend after 420. We'll have weed on sale.
Oh, weed on sale. Oh my gosh.
No, seriously, there's lots of cool shit to do in Denver. Great microbrewery scene too. And honestly, if you're not into any of that, man, the music is going to be enough. It really is. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So
That music is going to be fucking killer.
thanks,
There might be a wild Lunasoul Godzillionaire collab again. We
dude.
don't
That
know.
would be so cool. And like I said, we got another band that we're going to announce hopefully later this week. But it's just getting better, bud. I'm excited.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for
Thanks,
you,
Tom.
dude.
I appreciate you, man. It's such an honor to be on your show. Thank you, bud.
I appreciate the time you've given me. It's
My
like,
pleasure.
it's fucking awesome. It's so fucking awesome.
Dude, we'll talk again
Like-
soon. I want to have you. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll like anytime, man. And I'd love to have you on my show sometime too. It'd be great.
Anytime.
Dude, let's get
Happy to
together.
chat.
We'll figure out a cool subject. We'll do something.
All right. I'm into it.
Fuck yeah, right on.
Oh, yeah, dude.
All right, brother.
Have a good day.
Yeah, I'm used to the one ending this stuff. I guess it's your show.
It's like, hold on. We're going to.
This is Sean from the heaven. No, I'm just kidding.
Remember, the Heavy Underground Farm Report. Check it out. And Hufferfest, April 24th, 25th, 26th. It's going to be fucking amazing.
Thanks, Tom.